the EU and Canada, they signed up the CETA yesterday. So today we have with us Siddesh and Revati Krishna, and I'm Sohini Ghosh, and we are going to have a discussion on the pros and cons of the deal. So Siddesh, what's your take on the CETA deal?
Right, so first off, I really want to be on the side of, I want to make my stand clear, I want to be on the side of the workers and their protests and agitations against them. I believe their concerns are well noted because of two main clauses. One is the fact that there is this one clause where governments, it's very pro-business. All the mega corporations seem to have an unlimited hand on this, because the governments can be sued at any point of time where they feel that their interests are being sidelined or questioned, which will obviously be in the long run bad for the workers, as we all know about the true stories of corporations, and they're always trying to maximize profits, and in the long run this affects labor relations, and then their representations through these unions will definitely be sidelined, overall making it.
But to be honest, I think you're mentioning about the ISDS, that is the Investor State Dispute Settlement Clause.
Right.
So right now they have this clause that 40 of the parliaments, local level as well as national level, they get to set the laws.
Okay.
So in that case, I don't think it's as much as a problem as it's being portrayed to be.
Yeah, to be honest, I still don't believe in the power of local bodies as such. I mean, even if you see, especially in the case of US, local bodies are rampant throughout. They're given their amount of set regulations and legislation. They've all been given a certain, framework to work in. But where is their true power, The maximum they get to do is just decide whether they have to put up a new speed bump somewhere or a new traffic sign. If there's a new Walmart that is coming in and that is hurting the local businesses, or if there's a flyover that can hurt people's chances in some way or the other, they don't have any say on that.
But what about the billions of business it's bringing in? Revati, what do you think about it?
The thing is that right now it will be still okay for the economy, because they're talking about 100% reduction in the tariff rate, which means that it will help the export. But in case of recession in a country, and because of financial contagion, when it spreads to the other countries, if there's a depreciation or appreciation, in both cases it will be a little detrimental to the economy, because if there's a depreciation, which in normal circumstances should help the exports, if there's a further depreciation right now, then there will be the dip in prices will be too much. They will have an excess supply, and then basically they will not know what to do about the goods.
Also, I think the local industries will be quite badly hit, because now you're letting in
local
huge
industries
corporates
will be hit, because when you're reducing your tariffs, this means you're selling your products for a very cheaper rate. This means that right now, for that case, you might rope in more workers, and in case of a financial recession, then they might have to do a layoff or something. That might be a problem.
On points of principle, whenever globalization has come into the picture, and there's always this question of capital that freely flows throughout a nation. Governments are always having to force their agendas to make sure that capital stays inside.
And also, in this case, they will have to attract a lot of financial capital, international financial capital, for which they will have to keep their fiscal deficit low, which means that they will have to be very strict about their public expenditure.
Exactly.
Which again helps the local small
and
business.
that is one thing I would really like to end with, where the money and the expenditure in terms of welfare and education, which has been, at least efforts have been maintained in the West, because we are in a position to do so, was consistent for the past 60 odd years. But I think that can slowly erode away and really open up new realities to things that they might not want to face somewhere down the line.
So there's Siddesh and Revati, and I'm Sohini Ghosh. We're signing off with our discussion on CETA deal.